I never imagined one mistake could unravel my entire life. But here I sit, staring at the cracked walls of a prison cell, suffocated by the weight of my choices. My name no longer matters. It's just a footnote in a tragic story. If sharing this can prevent someone else from walking the same path, then maybe it's worth the shame of reliving it. It started with frustration, a slow, creeping discontent that settled into every corner of my marriage. My wife and I were more like strangers sharing a house than partners sharing a life. Conversations became short, smiles became rare, and intimacy faded into a distant memory. I let that distance gnaw at me, but instead of trying to bridge the gap, I sought comfort in a bottle. That night was no different. I told myself I just needed a few drinks to clear my head, to feel something other than resentment. But a few drinks turned into a dozen, and the sharp clarity of reality blurred into a foggy haze. I stumbled out of the bar and into my car, ignoring every voice in my head screaming at me to stop. I don't remember much of the drive home. I only remember headlights flashing, horns blaring, and then silence. When I came to, I was surrounded by shattered glass and twisted metal. The smell of gasoline and blood filled the air. And then I saw her, a young woman, no older than my niece, lying motionless on the pavement. She was crossing the street when I barreled through the red light. She didn't stand a chance. In that moment, everything sobered. The alcohol that had dulled my senses couldn't numb the icy realization that I had taken a life. Her face, her still, pale face, is etched into my mind forever. The police arrived. The flashing lights painted the scene in harsh reds and blues. I was arrested on the spot. My wife didn't come to the trial. She couldn't bear to look at me. And honestly, I don't blame her. No prison sentence will ever match the punishment of knowing what I've done. A family lost their daughter because I couldn't control myself. My wife lost her husband, and I lost every shred of dignity and humanity I had left. Alcohol didn't force me behind that wheel, but it stripped away my judgment, my caution, and my ability to make the right choice. And now, every night in this cell, I see her face in the dark. If you're reading this and you think one more drink won't hurt, think again. Think about the lives you might destroy, your own or someone else's. Alcohol isn't an escape, it's a trap, and once you're caught, there's no going back. Please stop before it's too late. Don't let your story end like mine.